Alright YouTube, so for this vlog I'll be talking about Star Wars, particularly the upcoming Starfighter movie starring Ryan Gosling. We got kind of a bummer news that Mikey Madison will not be a villain in the movie because although this was kind of announced that she kind of turned down the role, but supposedly it was due to a pay dispute, which is truly a bummer on Lucasfilm's part because I think she's a super talented and creative actress. So I definitely think it's a bummer because I think Star Wars could definitely use more unconventional and somewhat lesser known or lesser super big actors and actresses. I know she is definitely on her way to becoming a big star after several movies, but I still think it is a bummer on Star Wars' part. But the good news is that, you know, supposedly she's going to be doing the Edgar Allan Poe A24 movie, which is either directed by or starring Sydney Sweeney. I can't remember, but I am super excited for that movie because I like both actresses as well as a lot of Edgar Allan Poe's work. I've been reading him and he's a great author. 2 thumbs up for him. Can't give 2 thumbs up because I'm holding the camera with one of my hands, but I'll give 1 thumbs up. So I will say also I really like A24's movie as well as many other Star Wars movies, pretty much all Star Wars movies. Love everything Star Wars. But something I am curious about is what the original role was going to be. We know it was a villain, but I'm curious of what kind of arc this villain would have had. If I had to take a prediction, it would be sort of an Asajj Ventress style villain based on my limited knowledge, and I don't know, sort of seeing her in Star Wars kind of gives me vibes of Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy from Marvel. Something I do say I really hope that comes from this upcoming movie is that it's super good and that it's what Lucasfilm is hyping it up to be, because on Screen Thrill's post he mentioned that supposedly Lucasfilm is betting on this being their next big project, and I sure as hell hope it is, because you know me, I'm super fan of Star Wars in cinema. I know I love the streaming services, but it just doesn't hit the same as it does in theaters. So hopefully, even if Mandalorian and Grogu flops, which I'm praying it doesn't, this movie will hopefully be even better after Mandalorian and Grogu's hopeful success. I do feel like even though Mikey Madison is a super talented actress and very cool, that she kind of would fit the Dune franchise a little more than Star Wars anyway, but the series are arguably very similar, so I guess that kind of doesn't make too much sense. But hopefully she gets picked up by Dune, or Star Wars makes the right decision in their Starfighter sequel. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Who do you think this character was going to be? My guess, and based on the limited knowledge, is sort of an Asajj Ventress Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy style villain arc. But until then, I'm repeating myself too much, so stay tuned for the next vlog. Goodbye.